What's up, guys? This is Ryan from Tower Reviews, and today I want to try out a new series on this channel that I want to call Test It, where I get a technology product that I've never used before, test it out, and give my initial impressions all within a couple hours maybe. So today what we have here is the SoundPEATS Bluetooth headphones. Moving in closer here on the box, you can see the headphones displayed prominently on the front. Now I have to say that packaging isn't up to par with some of the more expensive products, but that's fine by me as long as the headphones themselves are of the highest quality possible at this price range. And honestly, taking these out of the box and feeling them, they feel very sturdy, and yet they have ample padding. Like, I didn't expect them to be this high quality at this price range for a pair of Bluetooth headphones. Now, this is just my initial impression, of course, so we're going to have to test that later and see how they hold up. Other than the headphones in the box, we have a drawstring bag for carrying the headphones. We have a micro USB cord for charging the headphones, of course, because they are battery powered, being wireless and all. And we also have a auxiliary ribbon cable for plugging in directly for times when you don't feel like using Bluetooth. So that's a nice inclusion, and the quality of the cable feels very high. Taking a look at the ear cups, you can see that there is ample room for even the largest of ears. Alright, so I've been using these headphones for the past day, and I think it's time to give my final opinion on these headphones so far. I might update it later in the comments, but I think I've used them enough to give my first opinions. If something changes radically in the next few days, I'll definitely update you guys if they break or the batteries don't hold up or whatever. But so far, I've been pleasantly surprised with these headphones. They're not the most expensive Bluetooth headphones, but they do deliver very high quality. In terms of the design, let's take a look around the headphones, give you guys a little bit of a glimpse into what you're going to be getting. So, pretty standard design in terms of headphones, of course. You don't have the wire, that's really the only difference. But the actual design itself, it's not really radical in any way. You have the cups, which can change direction. They can go like this, so you can lay them flat on a table or store them easily. On the top of the headphones you have leather padding, very firm, a lot of room to move so that it won't press against your head too hard. Same with the ear cups, it's pretty much the same padding all around. And then you also have the option to extend the headband size. I like to keep it right about in the middle so you guys can see my head. I think it should fit most like normally sized heads. On the sides here you have just a matte black finish with the SoundPEATS logo, nice and simplistic, not overly showy. I like that. And then behind this ear cup here you have an LED indicator light. It goes red and blue. It blinks red and blue when it's in pairing mode. It's red when it's charging, blue when it's fully charged, so that's really nice that you have that indicator, so you know what state you're in terms of pairing and charge. On the bottom of the left ear cup you have play pause button, so you can pause your music. You have fast forward and go back one, so you can skip songs and go back, which is really nice. These buttons, they feel pretty cheap. They definitely make a lot of noise. Just now you can probably hear, but even when you have the ear cups on and you press them, you're going to hear it inside when you're listening to music, but that's not really that much of a problem because you're probably not going to press them that much. And then here we have the microphone. On the right ear cup we have a little rubber cover for the auxiliary port so that you can plug them in and use them without Bluetooth if you don't have a Bluetooth capable device that you want to use them with. And then you have the micro USB charging. The power button is right here, and volume control, which is kind of like the same format as the buttons on this side, so that's really nice. Now let's get into the actual usability of the headphones themselves. I found that, I mentioned earlier that they're extremely comfortable, which is very important when you're going to be using headphones for long periods of time. They do block out a lot of the ambient noise around you. They're not 100% soundproofing, but it's definitely enough for like average levels of noise in your environment. They don't get very loud. That's one thing that I was kind of surprised about. They don't get extremely loud, but they get loud enough to the point where the audio quality is not distorted, which is really nice. There's also audio feedback within the headphones when you change the volume. You get a little beep noise when you go up, and then when you get to when you're approaching the max volume, you get a special sound so that you know where you're at, which is really cool. I like that. And now in terms of actual audio quality, these headphones do really well. I was pleasantly surprised with the quality that these headphones were able to deliver. Again, they don't get extremely loud, but the quality that they produce it's right up there. The headphones that I use on a regular basis are the Audio-Technica ATH M50s, which are known as really good headphones, and these are pretty close to that. They're definitely not that level of detail and sound, but they're maybe 1 or 2 steps below that, so that's really impressive for a pair of headphones this cheap. And in terms of how I think they're going to hold up over time, there's definitely like a noticeable creak in the headphones, but you can see here they're pretty durable. I'm stretching them pretty hard, and they're not breaking. So I think that these are definitely a good pair of headphones, and I would have no problem recommending them to anyone. So that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed and you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out. And that's it. Have a nice day. See ya.